Most butchers people are aware of now are box beef only. After the slaughter has happened, after the primaling has happened, where you break it into pieces. Black earth, the animal walks in the back door and it goes out the front door as steaks. I believe there's a way to both be part of the world, both evolutionarily speaking and ecologically speaking, and yet be very mindful in what you're eating and especially how you take life. That's what my personal mission is about.
Was able to come here to Black Earth Meats to get our animals processed in a humane fashion, which is really important to us. We care for the animals. We're with them from the time they're born right up until the day we take them here to the market. In fact, I walk them in the doors and kind of pat them on the back and send them on their way.
And what I've seen in the food system is a lot of illusion. It's almost greenwashing. They show pretty farms, but there's no pretty farm attached to it. It comes from an industrial process. And a lot of that comes from this fear that people don't want to see blood, they don't want to see guts, they don't want to see these things, because it is uncomfortable. Very few people would be able to come here and actually be happy about seeing the death of an animal. It's not a happy thing, but it's a sacred thing, and it is part of life. It certainly found a niche that everyone was hungry for. This yearning, I think, that is in our society to actually reconnect with people. People who grow our food, people who process our food, people who cook our food, and people eating. Doubling our sales every year was dramatic. Growing to over 100 restaurants was very dramatic. And we purchased from over 200 farms. Over the last 6 years, we've essentially doubled sales every single year. That was at our peak before this went down.
My name is Mary Mickelson, and I've lived here for 41 years. There was the gut trucks that would come 2 to 3 times a day, blocking of the roads. The smells were horrendous, where we couldn't keep our windows open. We started to take pictures and videos, and that we then could present that to the village board, and then they could realize what we saw.
A place like this isn't far off from a grocery store or a heavy restaurant where you have trucks delivering food or product and waste going out, and any kind of biological waste is going to have smells and things associated with it. When I've been in the big cities, you have smells much worse than what you have here. But the more fundamental issue is just the visceral reaction people have to the offal and the concept of slaughter at all. And it's because it is a heavy thing. It's a painful thing to consider. People don't want to be that engaged with their food under today's society and feelings.
The motion was made that the village board direct the village attorney to take care of or to remove all necessary nuisance issues at Black Earth Meats, whatever direction he may need to take to resolve those issues.
The business is in the final windup. We are processing the final inventory that we have, and then the building will be shuttered. So I'm stuck in the short term until that all gets resolved. Once that's resolved, I hope to continue my personal mission. I believe this changes the world, and this is one where it is an act by the people, moms and dads and kids and friends getting together, cooking together, knowing where their food comes from, that ties them to the farmer. And they start learning about where the food comes from, which helps the farming environment, helps the rural economy. There have been a lot of sacrifices along the way, and I'm sure there will still be some, but this changes the world. And this is what I'm committed to.